I didn't argue when they told me to pack up my office. That's what surprised my brother the most. He was leaning against the doorframe, arms folded, wearing that half smile he used whenever he thought he was watching something inevitable. My mother slid a manila folder across the table. Severance. Minimal. Formal. My father didn't look at me. He kept his eyes on the grain of the wood like it might contradict him if he looked up. "You've had 18 years," he said. "And we keep covering for you." Covering. As if the late nights, the missed birthdays, the weekends spent smoothing over vendor disputes had been favors they did for me. My brother laughed softly. "You only got ahead because of us. You're a parasite draining the company." I nodded once. Not because I agreed, because I understood something had already ended and words wouldn't reopen it. When I cleared my desk, I didn't take much. A notebook with old meeting notes, a coffee mug someone gave me years ago before they stopped seeing me as separate from the building. I left the framed photo of the three of us at the original warehouse. It belonged to the myth of the company, not to me anymore. For weeks afterward, I woke up early anyway. Muscle memory. I'd sit at my kitchen table with my laptop open and feel like I was trespassing in my own life. Every RA felt fraudulent. Family Business Operations Director. Those words sounded earned to me, but I could hear my brother's voice threading through them. Parasite. I took a short-term consulting role with a logistics firm across town. Smaller. Cleaner. No history. They didn't care where I came from as long as things ran on time. It should have felt like relief. Instead, it felt like learning to walk on a leg I didn't know was broken until it healed wrong. The silence from my parents was complete. No check-ins. No second thoughts. My brother unfollowed me online within a day. It was efficient. Professional even. 3 months later, I got an email forwarded from my old work account. Someone hadn't scrubbed the permissions properly. It was from a regional compliance office, requesting documentation related to inventory reporting practices, historical records, process explanations, name points of contact. I read it twice. Then again more slowly. For years I'd been the one interfacing with compliance, not because I had authority, my father always retained that, but because I understood the system we'd built. The workarounds. The informal fixes layered over rushed expansions. Nothing illegal, exalcate. Dependent on context. The email listed my name as the former contact. I closed my laptop and sat there longer than necessary. I didn't feel satisfaction. Mostly, I felt tired. This was the part of the company no one liked talking about. The unglamorous scaffolding holding everything upright. A week later, the call came. Not from my family. From a neutral voice introducing herself as part of a routine audit escalation. She wanted clarification. Historical insight. She said my parents' responses had been incomplete. "I'm no longer with the company," I said. "Yes," she replied. "We're aware, but you're listed as the architect of several reporting procedures. Your perspective would be helpful." Helpful. The word landed carefully, like it had been practiced. I agreed to speak with conditions. Everything documented. Everything transparent. No favors. No improvisation. The meeting happened over video. On one side, 2 compliance officers. On the other, my parents and my brother, framed together in a conference room I used to run. No one smiled when they saw me. I didn't look at them much. I answered questions, explained why certain decisions had been made, where assumptions lived, where the company had outgrown its own systems without admitting it. When my brother interrupted, one of the officers stopped him. "We'll need to hear from Mr. first. He seems most familiar with the rationale." It was a small thing, but unmistakable. The consequences didn't explode. They arrived in letters, requests, required adjustments, the temporary operational constraints, the kind that don't destroy a company, but force it to slow down, to account for itself honestly. My parents never called to yell, or apologize, or ask for help. They didn't have to. The authority in the room had shifted without me touching it. I sent one final email to compliance summarizing everything I knew. No commentary, no emotional subtext. When I hit send, I felt something loosen in my chest. Not relief exactly, but alignment. My work stood on its own, detached from whether I was welcome. Weeks later, my father emailed me for the first time since the firing. One paragraph. Careful language. He said they were restructuring. He said they acknowledged my contributions. He said they wished me well. He didn't ask me to come back. I didn't reply. At my new job, no one knows my family history unless I tell them. I'm just someone who does his work, who documents decisions, who leaves clean handoffs. Sometimes that feels lonely. Sometimes it feels like dignity. I still drive past the old building on my way home. The sign is the same. The window's lit differently now. I don't slow down anymore. I wasn't a parasite. I was infrastructure. And when you remove that, things don't collapse dramatically. They just reveal what was quietly holding them together.